to stop Skadoodle from seeing anything. They shut out the lights and they close it out. Now a Hunter's Fury available, but he's got to send it right now. He has to try and figure it out as the kill comes through. Now the next 2 shots to go target. He is going to land it, and that's the clutch. Dazed once more to find another huge clutch for this T1 squad. No kills to come through just yet as Odorous looking now to push up 26 HP. They can look to even the odds as Skadoodle's able to get 1 on the way out. Odorous is going to whiff a few shots, but Psalm was able to even the odds. T1. Daze trying to do what they can. Daze goes good for 2. Can he find some more? It's low HP. It's a shock dart on the spike. The kill to come through. The classic. He'll get away. And Dazed again. A 4K. Look to clear things out as a whole. A recon bolt is available should they choose to shoot that one into the back of the site. Shock dart comes out. Not going to find too much, but he spots 2. Maklov's able to try to Dazed gets one with the shock dart, and Dazed once more with a 3K. Comes up huge. It's the clutch master. So unfortunately, those shots going unanswered back and forth. No damage to be found either. And Odorous, he sniffed one out. He goes up top with the blades, and the blades fall flat. Their goal this round for both of the Jets. And Brax goes good for 2. Make it 3. As he's on the flank, the neural theft comes through, and Brax goes 4. He cannot be stopped. He's going to push through CT. He's looking for the ace and to close out the half. Brax goes nuts. He goes nuclear, and T1 will go into the second half up 2 rounds. On to Spider. Now Brax with 22 HP. It's just not enough. It was a Bulldog, but AZK answers back for 2. It's 3 on the round, and now it's all up to Def here. It's the Killjoy with full utility to try and creep through. Has to get the spike and get it down. There's 50 seconds left on the clock. AZK looking the wrong way, and we will be brought to a 1v1. Def now looking to his right, will get shot from the left.
Been playing so well, but Odorous specifically, he brought this up. Odorous going down again to another Skadoodle op shot. Skadoodle just picking off Odorous time and time again. This is going to be a tough round for Odorous. And Skadoodle with another one on Def and another one on Psalm, taking 3 down.
Push, but it was Psalm to kick things off, and then it was Odorous finds another with the Bulldog and the paint shells as they were all stacked up. Now the blades come through. Skadoodle goes huge. He finds 2 and a bit of damage on the way out. Now we find ourselves in a 2v2 where Odorous is forced to use the showstopper, tries the satchel charge away, but Spider finds the kill. Now Def on full HP. It can easily be a 1v1 should he find something down onto Skadoodle, but the teleporter comes through, and the last remaining 2 for T1 will head over towards A. That boombot sent down the Molotov to come through as well. Not going to get too much. Now here's the showstopper coming out for Spider, and he's doing what he does best.
Into what T1 wants them to do right now. And so with T1 having the full buy and the gun advantage, as AZK takes down Odorous early on, this looks like this is going to be a round for T1. And AZK just popping off, taking 2 down before he goes down. This looks like it's going to be a round for T1 and put Dignitas in an even tougher position.
Yeah, this would be a very tough position. Still some breathing room if you do go down in this one, but now it is all up to the Omen. It is all up to Superman, who gets flushed out and finds a kill. 7 HP as he teleports over to this B site. Not on the site, though. He's going to play towards long, and unfortunately will be answered by that teleporter coming through. Spider gonna peek this corner.
When they play aggressive, and right now Dignitas is the team that's making those plays as Brax takes down Odorous and Superman takes down Brax. Now we got a 3v2 in favor of Dignitas.
And it's just back and forth, but it's the judge in the hands of Spider as that satchel charge goes through, and the teleporter gonna be taken. So it's Psalm versus Spider here in the 1v1, trying to take us to overtime. T1 trying to close us out, and it's Spider to find the kill. It's T1 to take this game. It was Dignitas's map to win, but instead, Dig will find themselves in the loser's bracket.
It's Skadoodle pushing forward. A little bit of a stranger look. They're going to work up through the tree room. Finds one with the Sheriff. Shanks down, but still Immortals are starting to wrap around. JC Stanny with the refrag. Neural Theft will spot out where those members are, and they're looking to try to commit to this frag. They're trying to commit to this push. Brax with 2, Brax with 3, the thrifty for T1.
Of the spawn again, like you said, this is the move that we've seen from them a couple times. A couple flashes come out. Skadoodle dashes in, flash and dash action. Neptune taken out.
Oh, J-Mo Had a couple of fancy moves of his own. Unfortunately, Skadoodle was ready and prepared. You blink and you miss it. Now Immortals in a 2v4 retake. Very doable here for T1 now, as they've started to dwindle those odds in their favor. Days close left. JC Stanny finds one. JC Stanny with two. Gangsta almost finds another there, but Brax holds down B main. Get into an engagement with Spider, but he manages to escape Paranoia through. JMO, he's got to worry about the rest of his team, but he does trade things out. Spider's holding the line.
Unreal.
He walks through the smoke and stops them from coming in. Spider now in a great position for the rest of T1 to wrap around. Neptune is going to be lurking all the way through the lobby, or A lobby, sorry. Tries to find Spider from range, but the heroics from Spider. Spider shows up big for the opening pistol.
They've got some defenses from the side of T1. You see that one way come through, but the dash is there. No flash and dash here, baby. Skadoodle stops it dead in its tracks.
They're still trying to push in, though. Spider's going to hold them off with the stinger, but he can only hold them off for so long. Skadoodle trying to support from range. That's going to be another shot that comes through. He's going to try to use the generator to hide.
But they're getting flashed up and tagged up. JC Stanny, if it wasn't the flash, it's a Paranoia now. Jomo somehow is still able to get a kill. Spider swings. He gets two. Immortals fall apart. Skadoodle gets the last one. And I don't know that they're going to get the defuse.
There's not a lot of...
gosh!
Oh! 0.03.
Presence towards mid and then through B. This time you saw smoke over towards mid and it was just a distraction. But Skadoodle's waiting on the flank. He's already able to get two swings looking for the third, and JMO rips him down.
And you're feeling that here, but it's the 3v3 eco round. Braxy's one. Frenzy's gonna find him. Oh, there's another! Oh, Brax! There's one more. He jumps down, but it's not enough. Heroics. AZK will clean things up. Does he have enough time? Yes, he does. T1 sit at match point. We'll see if Neptune is able to hold the line once again. Skadoodle pushing forward. Oh, Tailwind's in trouble. Skadoodle manages to survive, and that's going to be Neptune down. But there's 10 seconds remaining. They got to get on the site. They got to get the spike down, and it's just craziness. Skadoodle going to start to plant it, but do they have enough time? They do. It's all down to Gangsta, and T1 sneak this one out.
Shanks had an opportunity to play spoiler. He had that angle.
They're going to run the T1 special early pick onto AZK, but Skadoodle answers back. He's going to have to hold the line once more. He's dropping back. He's going to find Neptune for now. JMO for the second. And whoa, one more peek and Shanks. Skadoodle! Oh my goodness! 4K on the round there. The knives, he can't find the ace, but it's down to JC Stanny. And now T1 working their way back onto the site. Skadoodle! What a beast! T1 clutch this one through and bring us to a map 3.
Nothing but pistols and a stinger on the side of Immortals. Certainly doesn't feel good. Oh my gosh, there it is. Brax is able to get one. He had a chance at 3, gets a second. He knows that there was one more person. He doesn't know if they backed back up or not, but you see Shanks. Oh my gosh, Brax gets a third, making that operator investment worthwhile. There's nobody over there. Much like, I think it was 2 rounds ago, everything is being invested over towards B. Here the showstopper has been used, and that's just going to create space. Spider's able to work his way in. Skadoodle gets one, and Brax gets him as well. Spider with the flank right behind him, able to take care of JC Stanny and JMO. They were clueless as they walked into their slaughter.
And the shower presence from Immortals also backs away from a potential heavy push from T1.
That's not a shoulder peek. That was a whole body jump peek. Skadoodle dashes in. He gets taken out as the kill feed lights up with folks from both sides. You see the showstopper at the hands of Spider, able to make that bad boy sing. T1 with the numbers advantage here. The spike has not been planted yet. It's just hovering around right outside of a short, and I don't know that there's anything T1 can do to get to it right now, but what they do have is presence. What they do have is knowledge of where Gangsta is with 28 health too. All AZK able to take care of them.
Down the long side and a split towards Hookah. The Hookah push is moving faster than the long push, but these paint shells are about to really cause a problem. They're going to take them down a little low. Shockdar's coming through as well. That's going to be a swing here from Spider. That's 2. And now they're on the side from the opposite side. Spider! Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? He mows him down. He stops the push.
Oh, he has nothing but a frenzy. I think this is going to be a tough swing, but he does it anyway. JMO trades it out, but he was able to take care of Shanks. Dazed and Skadoodle are still managing to keep this thing competitive and have the personnel advantage. 13 seconds left in the round. Gangsta gets dropped as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going as we would have expected. A 3K for Skadoodle. On the site, the spike is going to go down. JMO with that operator who's invested in time and time again. No armor, but you guess you don't need armor when you've got that going on. Shanks is able to get through U-Haul. He's able to get all of that space and all of that presence. And folks, things are not looking good for T1, but again, they've done things like this before. They've got deep heroics in their bag. Oh yeah, that's certainly gonna help. JC Stanley drops, Skadoodle goes in, taps, playing around the smokes as he tries to stay alive, but JMO's got a chance, but no! Freaking T1 does it! They finally, through all of that, are able to put Immortals away. It was never a sure thing, but in overtime, they take care of business and they advance.
What separates the teams often at this level is just what do they bring to the table, how do they play, and what do they utilize. Skadoodle getting aggressive. We've kind of criticized Skadoodle in the past for being a somewhat dull player as the Jet, but it's not here. Skadoodle pops off and finds 3. He charges down mid. And we talked about Cloud9 potentially being the one to set the pace, but it looks like T1's done it instead. A little bit scrappy early on here. Both teams fighting for control of the scoreboard. T1 retains it for the time being. And Skadoodle's likely going to have a feeding frenzy here in B main. He finds 3. Dazed picking off one of his own.
Intentionally from T1 as well, because the amount of times that Spider has been rotating back from the catwalk, Cloud9 should be afraid of that position now. But as they're both moving towards heaven and they have a huge sandwich from Brax can actually see the cannon there out in the open, gets that first backstab onto Mitch. They got rid of the door, and now it's just Vice that's stuck in the corner. So a great retake there for T1 to actually pinch in and probably surprise both players at hell. It would have been a different scenario, but Spider is going to have different plans for himself here for the team. So does Brax. They're looking to even up the tally on this first half, 6-6. Mitch is already spotted at the sliding door. He's going to have to try to clutch a 4 versus 1. Spots the first, the double peek. That's perfect play.
Skadoodle, early round pickoff on Shinobi. There's the ult coming out. The Hunter's Fury is sending damage downrange from Vice, but it's actually Tens who does the dirty work as the Blade Storm finds 2. This aggressive play from Cloud9, putting T1 quite literally up against a wall. Skadoodle somehow fights his way out of it. He's still got time to go back to the rifle, has to switch to the pistol.
Ooh.
I think Vice might have 2 HP. No, it's 1. Vice somehow barely survives. It's okay, T1 wins the round, but Skadoodle still almost had that, despite being put in an almost ridiculous scenario. We'll see what C9's able to do to try to get back into the site. A fault line coming out, Hunter's Fury as well being popped. Everything they've got is sent in that direction. Ooh. There's the pulses coming out from Dazed, and it's looking all but manageable here as T1 closes things out. We said that Cloud9 had a chance, but Spider pops off and prevents that from being a reality. Cloud9. Player advantage in the pistol, but it almost doesn't seem much sometimes. These rounds are just so scrappy. Now, the dart will give away the position of 1, and the shots through the wall from Dazed. New connect.
That's huge.
And now it's this bizarre fight. We talked about it, not always the best. The shock dart's right on the money.
That's huge.
Shock dart as well. Spider's got the flank, and it all comes together.
For any defender-sided map, or any team that prefers to play a map on Bind, but just that SSG are able to take advantage of it because of that positioning, and Cloud9 did the same thing. But with this round, though, you do have the Hunter's Fury that's trying to clear out towards this site, and it works out quite well for T1. There's only Relics, the last man standing. Hey, I'm confident peaks where Relics could punish it and make it a 2 versus 1 in no time. Look at through the X-ray, how they're jumping, how they're peeking, but Spider doesn't care.
But it looks like it's going to be a B push. Now that nade pushes him straight into the fight. But there's Tens right around the corner with the shotgun. Now this is something we've seen Cloud9 do. They love to play off this portal in mid. That collapse play. And it works out nicely for them as well. But Mitch pops the ult, runs into mid, gets spotted in the end. That allows Tens to upgrade. But T1 managing to regain and retain control of this B site, largely in part to how well Skadoodle is playing. After Cloud9 tried that mid collapse, I thought maybe we would see it come together because they've done that before. We watched them do it last night. That push through from short, and they're going to get a backstab kill on device. That's Skadoodle who was holding it down. So Mitch is going to have to go through the portal and try and fight back, but that Spider already coming through from Hookah. Everything is falling apart, and it's all under Relics. This is just really well read by T1.
Trying to split into B, but look how aggressive T1 is on their end, and they get the first kill onto Vice. They're double peeking now after. but they do not spot a second kill from Spider. That now puts Cloud9 Blue pushing inside the site. A recon dart doesn't spawn anybody yet. A showstopper, they're trying to clear out the site too. It's gonna have to be the retake game for the defenders, but Skadoodle still stays alive inside the site. Spider going to work. It's all up to 2 players. Tens inside the site, Relics as well. You can't think of 2 other better players for Cloud9 to try to keep the dream alive. But a shock dart that gives and blows the position away from Daze. A kill attempted, not in favor of Tens, and Daze gets the last 2 kills. The wall bang, and T1 will move to first strike.